Alright, hello again. We're working on the Lenovo. I got the new bulb in today. It's in this box. I will probably have to solder it onto the, or solder these wires onto the new bulb, which is going to be scary because you have to get these little rubber, whatever they call them, grommets or whatever, that fit into the, kind of keep it stabilized in the chassis. The wire has to go through that, which is scary because you have to kind of force it in there, and the bulb is, you know, this piece of glass. So I'm not really looking forward to that, although I've already gotten some of the hard crap done, which is removing or getting it taken apart again. Like I said, I had to take it apart, or I had to put it back together so that it was safe while I waited these last few days. I'm gonna have to clean this before I put it on. This is the glass, as you might expect. Got a hair on it. And one of the diffusers that goes behind it. I don't know where to put this. Oh, scary noises. Okay. That's safely out of the way. So now I have to, I guess, do the bulb itself and do this freaking grommets. So we'll do that, and then we can just kind of set the bulb into here, make sure the wire is coming out on the correct side. I'll have to double check that with the, oh, here we go. Here's this one. Like you might remember, it's in two pieces. So I just need to remember to put the wire coming out of this edge, same edge as that. Easy enough, right? So I'll get to solder in here, turn the iron on. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Alright, so here's my new bulb in the front there. And it's got this nice blank, tiny little posts. I will zoom in and show you what they look like. So there's the end of it. It's just got a tiny little piece of wire, basically, sticking off of it. So I gotta solder a wire to that. One of these wires. This is scary. Scary, scary, scary. Oh, and while I'm thinking of it, there's also these little, like, bumpers. You might see it's right there. It's like a tiny, tiny rubber band, I guess. And these just help keep the bulb when it's in its little metal enclosure thing that I'm going to put it into later. Keeps it, if it bounces around, you know, it hits little rubber things and doesn't actually clang or, you know, takes up space, absorbs shock. So I'm going to have to carefully take all of these little things off and transfer them onto that one before I solder, because if I solder onto it, I won't be able to get those on before I solder, or after solder. Words, got it. I'm so glad I'm done with that super scary part. So now I get to do the next scary part, which is to fit this into this little cavity, which is going to be tricky for one particular reason. Well, step one, I need to orient this in the right direction. Or I guess I could have flipped flip this around. Here, I'll show you what I mean about the weird. Alright, so this, the little rubber boot thing fits into here and kind of suspends the bulb in this cavity thing all the way along. But this top white wire has to go on the outside of that cavity, and it's still kind of sticky there. It used to be held down with some adhesive, and well, yeah, since it's still sticky, I don't need to really do anything about it, but well, I definitely need to be super careful with that wire. I don't want to pinch it. I don't want to, just stretching it around this while fitting that in is going to be scary enough, because I don't want to put any stress on the bulb itself. Don't want to break the bulb, because I don't want to break the bulb. But it should be relatively easy, but I just need to take my time and do it very carefully. Alright, so here's one side in. So you see the rubber boot grommet is inside the cavity, and then the wire is on the outside. And then I'll have to do the other side over here too. But it looks like it's going to be relatively simple. I'm going to have to kind of stretch things a little bit and just play around with it for a couple minutes probably to get this other side in, because it's not going to be perfect. Oh my goodness, it's all the way in now. Whew. So the next part is to put that piece of glass, the diffuser on the bottom, back into here very carefully, and it's going to have to go also, the edge of it goes in that little cavity in that whatever you call it, actually goes in there a little bit, so you kind of got to get it in on one side first and then lay it down, and then I can set this other section, bulb section, into the other side over the glass on that side. So, wish me luck. Here we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that down with a microfiber cloth really quick. Try and get rid of any dust. I don't really know how much dust is going to show up, or if any, at this level of the screen assembly. It might only be the ones that are right behind the LCD that are actually going to show up. And then I'm going to have to do the same thing just for kicks to the back of this diffuser, which I currently have sticking next to the glass. And I think this only goes in one way. Yes. Goes in this way. Ow. So I'm gonna set it down in there carefully. It seems to have some, well, shoot. Okay. Get the diffuser going, and then I can get it sliding in to its cavity. I might have to pry this up just a hair. There we go. Okay, I think that is in. Not exactly sure if it's in all the way. Trying to find some markings. See if I'm comfortable with its position. I don't know, we'll try it. So I'm going to flip this around, and then I'm going to add this side onto this side. And hopefully I can literally just slide it on. have to do a little prying on this one. I'm just barely prying up the edge of this, of the light channel thing, just to get it started going over the glass. And then should just keep going. Okay, I believe I got that side on now, and I just have to kind of work on lining everything up perfectly. Kind of wiggling and letting things relax. Unfortunately, I don't remember how tight of a tolerance there was between these two sheets. I don't know if it's an 1/8 of an inch like it is there, or if it was butted up completely against it. I'll just have to keep playing, and then once I feel more comfortable, I'll bring the LCD over and lay it down on top and see if it's close. Actually, I might do that right now. Might do that right now. Oh, but I hate touching this thing. Just because it's got those freaking ribbon cables on the side. Oh gosh. Alright, with a little bit of effort, some creative thinking, I have gotten it a heck of a lot closer together than it used to be. Once again, this is just this little section of metal and that section of metal clamping around the glass. And it's got to be together all the way, or else the LCD itself is not going to fit over the top, because it's got plastic clips that go on the outside of this all the way around. So it has to be the right distance, the right dimensions, I guess, to fit into the plastic clips on the LCD screen. And then you might wonder, well, how do I know which way to, well, obviously this is going to go up like that, but which way do I orient it? You know, do I put it this way or do I put it that way? Like, there's two different possible ways to put it on there. You just have to look at the clips, that's all. And on this one, the wires, when they come out of there, they go into a little channel in the edge of this clip, which is how they kind of come out of the LCD screen. It just kind of protects them and keeps them coming out nice and straight and secure. So I know that since this has the channels for those wires, that this side has to go over there. So what I'm going to do is very carefully flip it around, and then actually the way I'm going to do this, crap. I really want to put the diffusers on, lay the diffusers that are in the, there's two at least pieces of plastic sitting in there, in that cavity. I really want to put those on there and then just put the final LCD piece over the top. But if I do that, I'm going to expose that inner bit of the LCD screen, the inner surface, which is super glossy and probably delicate. You could probably scratch it and stuff easily. And I really don't want dust there, because I think if dust is going to show up anywhere in this process, hey kitty, it's probably going to be right there. I think any other place is probably going to be negligible. We got a cat coming in. What are you doing? Hey, where are you? There you are. Alright, I guess she's going to help me out now for a few minutes until she runs away. So. Alright, and here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Problem right now is that I just cleaned these things. So I really don't want to touch them with my fingers. Actually, well, no, I don't want to do it that way. I was thinking of dropping the glass assembly into this, but I just don't know about that. I just don't know. Dang it, and I must be sweating or something. I keep seeing little drops on whatever I'm working with. Either that or I spit when I talk. Actually, I do spit when I talk sometimes. I'll get this on here in a minute. Alright, I decided to go ahead and drop this into that instead of putting that on top of that, because I kind of have to touch the inside of this area in order to put that on top. I mean, maybe if I had some perfect little cotton gloves or something, I could get away with it, but I think this is going to be the safest and the cleanest. Just gonna have to be super freaking careful to not drop it. Okay. Looks like it's fitting quite well in one dimension. I have to put this over that. I was talking earlier about how I needed to put this into that, but that's kind of only half true. I forgot. Parts of the black go into the inside of the metal, the black plastic, and then vice versa, so it kind of, they're very much interlocked once they're all clipped together. And again, this is just going to be one of those time-consuming, super careful little dances. Clip by clip, making sure nothing's getting squashed. It's feeling pretty good so far, yeah. Okay. Front's going to be easy. Just got to make sure these are coming out correctly. I think this last edge is going to be the hardest, so it's going to take some real close attention to all the little... Alright, and there we have it. It is completely together now. Just for kicks, I'm going to put this piece of aluminum tape back on. Should get it kind of centered. Even though I kind of ripped it off, I'll just stick it back on for good measure. Probably does something. It's not going to stick very well. But once it's all put together, it should be good. Okay, and then this, the zipper, super careful. Put that there. And I believe I can put the shield on over that now. The only hard part about that is remembering where I put it. Oh! Ha-ha! So I put that over that. And this is also what holds that circuit board down. So I want to put this in immediately. As soon as I can, I should say. So that that circuit board isn't flopping back and forth and stressing those ribbon cables. One screw. Got a little bag of screws here. Only got a few screws. And then the next step for me, well, I'm going to tape over this aluminum tape to help keep it down. Is to make sure I route these wires through their little channels so that they come out correctly and safely. So that's good. I'm going to need to redo this plug and put some nice heat shrink tubing over the joints there, solder joints. And we're almost done, actually. We're getting really, really close. So. Alright, I'm going to say this is officially ready to be put together. So I got my pieces down here. Stick together. Oh, nope, I'm forgetting one piece. Alright, and I've got one more little thing here. It's just another bezel that goes over. Currently, how this is right now, the LCD panel matrix thing isn't actually held in by anything except maybe some adhesive. So you can actually peel it up, and it will fall. And I also want to cover up these ribbon cables, and that's what this sucker is for. Once again, I have to figure out which way it actually goes on, but that should be pretty easy. Yeah. Here we go. And just like everything else recently, it just clips. So, no screws. Although, to tell you the truth, I think I'd rather have screws than clips. Because clips are scary. I guess they're cheaper than screws. Anyway, so there it is. That's a completed panel, completely together. So now I can move some of this crap out of the way. Put it back together, at least enough for me to test it. So first I'll put the bezel down, the front plastic bezel. And then, oh, I don't remember how this goes. I will drop this into the bezel carefully, making sure that I don't have anything under it that's going to gouge the screen. And then, oh crap, I need to put some screws back into this sucker. That's easy, quick. Oh, and I need to heat shrink those wires still. So, I'm going to get all this together and get those wires heat shrinked. Okie dokie. Well, we're on the home stretch. Got those things let's see here. Soldered up. Can't remember if these come through the bottom or if I have to go through the top. I feel like they come through these holes. However, I could be totally wrong. I am wrong often about things. Alright, and then I gotta fit this sucker. Oh yeah. This is all easy stuff. Alright, after a couple weird little moments, let's give it a shot. Plug it in, plug it in. Oh, there's that picture there. Went out. But the backlight is staying on. Check it out. Plug in a LCD here, or an LCD, my computer, into Got a DVI port. Whoa, sorry. And look at that. Well, I don't know what's going on with the screen. It's kind of freaking out. Windows Explorer is not responding. Oh boy! Anyway, there we go. There we go. Yeah, works perfect. Look at that. I'm gonna start using this one. I'll probably just keep this one forever until I get something bigger or something. And then I'll make that Samsung go somewhere else. Give it to my father or something, or sell one of the two, but got a sweet new monitor. Love the picture on this one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry it was probably very fragmented and maybe even confusing at times, but got it done and now it works great. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Ah, beautiful. Now just to clean my desktop.